Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Buffalo Fanatics proudly brings to you. Oh, I don't want to get my wrestling back, but y'all know what it is. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Rico back at it again. What is going on for those that are tuned in for the very, very first time and you have no idea who I am? Get familiar with your boy. This is Rico. This is the Buffalo Fanatics. Let me point it up right here. Y'all know this logo right here. It's the Buffalo Fanatics, and this is the Rico Report. You're tuned in to the Rico Report, one of the hottest, if not the hottest, post-game show on the net. Don't play yourself, man. We're doing it over here. The Buffalo Bills were able to, you know what? I think the best way to put it is this. I was going to say, yeah, we murdered. We absolutely committed murder on national TV. Sorry, my man Kev wants to say televised TV. But here's the deal. Lots of eyes were on the TV screen when we just continued to stab and shank the Dolphins. We didn't stop. We shanked you once. We shanked you twice, and we just kept going prison style. We just didn't stop. And there's no reason to apologize. We needed to handle business. We needed to dominate. We needed to prove to people that still don't want to believe that we have an NFL MVP quarterback on our roster. We have a NFL Coach of the Year on this team, and we have an NFL Executive of the Year on this team. People don't want to talk about it, but we will. Ladies and gentlemen, the Buffalo Bills beat down the Miami Dolphins. We're gonna call them the Miami because I can't even call Miami. It was the Miami.
Why is that even an insult?
It's the Miami Dolphins.
So they're your friend?
You know what I'm saying? Because it's necessary. And I can't speak on the Miami Dolphins without having my good friend Kevin with me. Josh Lewis says, never realized how much I wanted Isaiah McKenzie, my Isaiah McKenzie game. Absolutely. But ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you a face you guys are very familiar with. You have not seen him in a long time. I mean, there's nothing else I need to say. There's nothing I need to say other than introducing my guy, Kevin the Smirk Gerard. Kevin, talk to the people, man. Say what's up, baby.
What's up?
Let's get to it, man. Kevin, talk to us. How as a Dolphins fan, how are you feeling right now? Like knowing that your hopes are not done. They're just very bleak.
They're done. There's no way the Colts are going to lose to the Jags. You know what I mean?
I mean, anything is possible.
No, the Jags are already mailed it in. Marone knows he's getting fired. Looks like they're going to hire Urban Meyer. They're not winning a game. Even if they do, what's it matter, you know?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do my very best with keeping up with the super chats. If you want to send some condolences to Kevin and send him a super chat on behalf, you know what I mean, to console him, by all means you can. Shout out to my guy Dan Brown. Told you we were going to be cooking up the fin soup also. How's Kevin doing right now? I mean, I think he's doing all right. I think he's doing just fine. He's still processing what's happening. Did you want any processed juice from Buffalo to help you process or no?
No. It's okay.
I didn't think you did. The practice squad back needs to start. We're going to talk on that. Don't you worry about that. We will talk on Antonio Williams. If you guys know, you know, right? Shout out to Antonio Williams. Indeed, shout out to Antonio Williams. He had himself a small sample size game that I've always known that he had because I was campaigning for him in the offseason, and then they cut him. I was like, why did you guys cut him? You know what I'm saying? And then he proved today with some resiliency because he got cut, then he got moved, then he gave up, and he was going to do some strongman shit and do bodybuilding and all that stuff, and he's back on an NFL roster, and shout out to him. Now, let's talk on this game, this Miami Dolphins game. By the way, there's 524 people in this biz. Shout out to each and every one of you guys tuned in. Shout out to my guy, Super Guy. He says Tua isn't good. You know what? Before we get into that, let's talk on Tua. it's Tua's rookie year. All right. And Kevin made it very clear. Josh Allen was shit his rookie year. So give my guy, and I'm paraphrasing here, give my guy an opportunity, you know what I mean, to like at least be, you know what I mean, let him get better. But at least he was better than Josh Allen. So would you guys in the chat and watching this on the playback, would you guys agree with that? You can't judge Tua the way we judged Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? Can we? Or is Tua light years ahead? Kevin, speak on that for me, please, if you don't mind.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you know, I pointed out Allen. I could point out, like, whether you point out Allen, when you point out Peyton Manning, when you point out any good quarterback, right? A lot of these guys struggled when they were young. Tua played 10 games. You know, he finished 11 TDs, 5 interceptions. He's another 3 rushings. He's got like 14 to 5 TD to interception. If you want to use some Bills combined stats, it's what do you expect? You know what I mean? And he was playing on a team. It's the reason it looks so bad is because they were comparing him to Herbert, right? Herbert's sitting there with a garbage team, losing every game, throwing it 50 times a game for 300 and some yards. And everyone's like, oh, look how great he is. So they're comparing him and he looks so bad. Did Tua play well? No. I mean, you know, 361 yards. It's his third 300-yard game of the year. But like, he's putting up Justin Herbert numbers. That's what you do. You throw it 50 times, you're going to get 300 yards. Tua was playing on a team that was trying to make the playoffs. We're not a very good team. We're a decent team. We're good enough to beat the bad teams, not good enough to beat the good teams, and we're not in the Bills' caliber, right? But I've been saying it for a couple of weeks now. He doesn't have the luxury of cutting it loose like Herbert. Herbert can go back there. He can throw 6 picks. It doesn't matter, right? The team's not playing for anything. It was a weird situation where they're 10-6. Every game the last 4 weeks they needed to win or to make the playoffs kind of deal. And the whole thing is they're telling him just, don't turn the ball over. No, Allen didn't pass the eye test his first season. Allen had the second worst passing season in the last 20 years of any rookie quarterback. And the only one who was worse was Josh Rosen.
Hold on. I'm not going to let you.
That's not my opinion. That's just a statistical fact.
Bash my guy. First of all, the weapons.
Allen's fantastic.
The weapons that Josh Allen had.
Oh, I'm so tired of hearing this.
Different than the weapons that you have with Tua this year.
Yes,
and who is he throwing the ball to?
I don't know. His all-pro running back who you had.
Running back. I said, who is he throwing the ball to as a receiver? Don't try to play that game.
Why not?
Who is he throwing the ball to?
Who cares?
It matters.
It does matter. That's what I'm saying.
But he was.
Yeah. No. Whoa. Josh Allen is an MVP caliber quarterback this year. I'm not taking anything away from him.
He is the MVP. Put some respect on his name.
Well, okay. I'm just saying that you took a guy when he was rookie, struggled mightily. This is a guy that, much like Tua, had a great defense backing him up.
Yep.
And except Josh Allen had 8 guys in the box every play because teams had to account for Rashawn McCoy. All I'm saying, the only reason I bring up Allen is that it's real easy. It would have been real easy to write him off after his garbage first year. And then last year he was bottom of the league in almost every passing statistic. Now, yes, you did put weapons around him, but it's not just the weapons. Allen's just improved like crazy. It's not just because you put better guys around him. He's not the same player now as he was as a rookie, and you just have Diggs now. He's really good now. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just a matter of the talent around him. Now, if you put some decent talent around Tua, hopefully, maybe he improves.
Well, Tua did have some decent talent. He's got Gesicki.
Gesicki's missed.
Stop it. He's got talent. Gesicki's a good tight end.
Who cares if he's not playing? Today's like the first game he's played.
Stop.
He can't even lift one arm above his head.
Parker,
who missed the last 2 games.
He's had him. He hasn't. What's the record? What's the record with Tua right now? He's 6-2, 6-3 now. As a starter?
Yeah.
Okay.
7.
So out of the 6 games that he's won, who was he throwing the ball to?
So
Parker, Gesicki, all those cats.
No. Neither.
Who was he throwing the ball to?
Parker didn't play when they won last game.
Who was he throwing the ball to?
Malcolm Perry, Mac Hollins.
All the 6 wins he's gotten, he was throwing at Malcolm Perry.
Not all of them, but you know what I mean? Like you want to talk about half of his plays. So he went out there and won a game with Lynn Bowden, Malcolm Perry, who were both quarterbacks last year in college, and Mac Hollins. He didn't have Gesicki. Gesicki got crushed a couple games ago, and he was missing. And he's throwing to Durham Smythe and Adam Shaheen.
Can someone this guy right now because I think he's just trying to make things up. I think I need you guys to fact check the 6 wins that Tua had. Who were his receivers? Because I guarantee he wasn't throwing to anybody like Calvin Biscuit Benjamin, Andre Holmes, beat up freaking Charles Clay in his knees. Like, who else you want me to give you?
I know
Deontay Thompson.
But the difference is Tua is 14-5, not more turnovers than touchdowns.
But you were saying it's not garbage because of what he had around him.
God.
If you put Tua with the receivers,
we've gone through this argument before. It's nonsense. Yeah, it's nonsense. It's not if Josh Allen is light years better now than he was then. He wasn't bad because he had bad guys around him. He was bad because he was bad. And now he's fantastic. So let me ask you.
He's got weapons around him.
So if Stephon Diggs gets hurt next week, is Allen just going to be trash all of a sudden?
He's not going to be trash, but it's gonna change.
It'll be Diggs will matter, but you know what I mean. He's improved. He's just so much better.
Okay, so you had Gesicki, Parker, and Grant. So don't even give me that.
Grant
Manganti or whatever. Those are the facts, kid.
Yeah, I know. Grant's brutal. He's a great.
Oh, stop it!
Can someone then fact check Grant's receiving stats? Can someone put up Grant's receiving stats for me? Fact check that one. Grant's a great return guy. But
well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin right now is I'm trying to hash up the feelings because
I'm looking this up.
He's been trying to hold in. He's been trying to be cool and calm during the last.
Well, when you're getting beat down, what are you supposed to do? You scream when your team loses by like 4. You know what I mean? Like last time we played you guys, I was livid.
Listen, they say Scott used to say, "Yo, Kevin, stop making excuses, man." Fitz goes in and makes them look like a true playoff team. Tua is probably the issue.
Yeah,
I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah, I know, but of course.
Do you prefer?
No one prefers Fitz. Fitz is a 17-year veteran. He's 63 years old, and he's in his 6th season in Chan Gailey's offense.
Is Josh Allen elite?
Yes.
Is he an MVP candidate?
Yes.
Will he win the MVP?
Probably not.
Why not?
I think they'll give it to Rodgers.
Why?
Because Rodgers also had a great year. Rodgers is, playing probably with less talent around him, and he just is a bit bigger name. Are you asking me who I would give it to, or who I think's going to win?
Well, but hold on a second.
I think they'll give it to Rodgers.
The MVP, from what I understand, is given to the player that matters most to his team. He's most valuable to his team.
We went through this before.
Josh Allen is more valuable to his team.
No, I don't think that's
Aaron
true.
Rodgers is valuable to his team.
I don't think so. I think that if you took Allen off this team, the Bills.
You had 1,000-yard freaking rusher and Aaron Jones on that Packers team. We have a 400-yard rusher in Zach Moss. I think Zach Moss leads our team. I don't even know.
Aren't you the guy that keeps bragging about how great your receiving core is?
Our receiving core is fantastic.
Does Green Bay have a fantastic receiving core?
But it's offset by a running game.
Yeah,
we have no. That's why Allen's
where's
our team.
I don't know why
you have a run game. If we didn't have a passing game, we'd be poo-poo.
I don't know why you're getting me in this argument. You asked who I thought would win. I'm telling you, I think Rodgers will win.
I want you to admit it and stop being salty.
Admit what?
That Josh Allen is MVP.
I don't think he will win it.
Say it.
Okay, he's MVP. I don't understand where you're going with this. He's definitely in the conversation. If he does win it, it's well deserved. But I think the media will probably give it to Rodgers.
To Rodgers?
But regardless, even then, he should finish 2nd or 3rd in voting.
All right, let's talk about while you look up your stats. Let's talk about this number 1.
Oh, I was just gonna look up Grant.
Yeah, look up Grant. And while you look up Grant, I'm gonna talk about this team here. Yeah. Guys, today was a sensational game. Listen to me when I talk to you, man. We got Josh Allen going 72% completion percentage. It is no longer an argument. It's no longer a conversation to mention inaccuracy and Josh Allen. Debunked. It's over with. That you cannot ever mention that shit again. The guy moved his percentages up 10 plus points. We're done with that conversation. Secondly, the man went 18 for 25, 72%, 9 yards of throw. You know what I'm saying? 3 touchdowns and an interception that was kind of like, all right, I got to give it to Byron Jones because that boy tip-tap-toed and got that interception. Kudos to him, right? But that doesn't happen. He's going 3 touchdowns and a QB rating of 122, and that would have been over if he didn't throw that interception. Josh Allen took some time to get going, but he was cooking because he was pressing too much. And the fact of the matter is this. I wanted to see if you guys tuned in today in the morning show, with the BF tailgate. Salute to the crew that was on the BF tailgate. It was lit. Don't sleep on the BF tailgate. We're going to come harder next week and the week after that, all the way up to the damn Super Bowl. But we were litty that game. Shout out to my guy, Jeff Landers, my guy, Steve. We're going to talk on Steve later on. My guy, Nap, the writer's room, the whole crew was in effect. My guy, Clay, all that good stuff. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this. We talked about what needed to be done in the game, and we talked about like who needed to keep playing. And some people were of the mindset to like, hey man, just one series and be done. I was like, hell no. And a few others
very in favor of it.
Play to win the game. We want number 2 seed. We got to take it. How do you get the number 2 seed? You got to make sure that you kill the head. We made sure that we took care and we chopped off the Dolphins' head, and we're done. We're not just beating the body up. You know what I'm saying? We are going to chop the head off and make sure that you're done. And that's exactly what we did today, right? Josh Allen was money. Once he kind of got the jitters out and the bullshit out trying to press it, he was money. 72%. And he made sure that
it was when
there was no questions to be asked in the first half.
It's when your offensive line started figuring out how to do the blitz pickups.
Because you guys were putting pressure, but that's okay.
At the beginning, again, not a knock on Allen, but at the beginning, you were struggling because Allen was being harassed a lot. And then your offensive line figured out the blitz pickups, and Allen stood back there for 10 hours with no pressure and just basically waited for an hour. And then McKenzie runs all the way across the field, and there was no one on the screen. See, the offensive line, again, not shitting on Allen. I'm just saying give the offensive line the credit it was due because they picked up those blitzes. They figured it out, and he had a lot of time to throw back there. So kudos to them.
The offensive line has been absolutely sensational when it comes to pass blocking this year. They have kept Allen clean, super clean, and it was so enjoyable to watch. Allen just completely just came out and showed you who your daddy is. And he was daddy. And I'm telling you this, I thought this was going to be one of those games where the defense is the number 1 defense, allowing 18 such points a game. They got 2 lockdown corners, or I would say 2 other teams. But Allen absolutely owns the Dolphins. He owns the Dolphins. And there's nothing you can say about it. And I want you to say like, well, no, but it didn't matter. He could have, if he played the whole game, he would have had another 400-yard game. I can guarantee you that. Now, big dubs goes to Isaiah McKenzie. Lil Dirty! Shout out to my guy Lil Dirty, came in 3 tutties. 1 damn good punt return. Up, made your kicker dance and do the merengue, and he was gone for 6. My boy, 5'7", $170, and making it look easy. That's my guy Lil Dirty, aka Lil Clean, Mr. Clean. And then on top of that, he's got 2 receptions on a touchdown. Dude, Cole Beasley being out, I thought was going to be problematic. But when you have the MVP caliber quarterback back there, I don't know. It might be that Cole Beasley can take the time off to rest up and let Lil Dirty clean up in the middle. And then it was lovely to see Stephon Diggs coming in 76 yards. He got 1,500 yards receiving this year, leading the league in reception. He's probably going to lead the league in receptions and yards by the end of this week. Looking fantastic. Not only that, John Brown, smoke. You want to speak on smoke? He had 4 receptions, 72 yards, and a touchdown. Can you speak on his touchdown earlier today? You don't want to?
I don't remember.
Well, you know what? I'll take over for you. I tried to get.
I remember. Yeah, he was the little. Miami had an all-out blitz. The corner thought that Allen was going to have to make a quick throw because we get some pressure. They got 0 pressure whatsoever, and Brown did a little stutter and go. I remember that. It's a nice play.
A little stutter and go.
Calm down. It's not like he dominated the game. Like, what are you talking about?
Here's the thing, though, and this is what I wanted. He went right where I wanted him to go. Thank you, guys. Hold on, let me take a sip of this water because I'm a little parched.
You better collect those thoughts. Yeah. Like, fuck. Like, no one. It was it was like 600-4 in the score. You know what I mean? You're like John Brown. I'm like, listen, oh yeah, he played. Yeah, he did well. Yeah.
All crap. So here's the
why
thing.
do you have a weird photo of a man doing the splits?
Somebody changed my background. Yeah. So here's the thing with John Brown. And if you guys were there at the pregame, it was about who plays and what needs to happen. And let me tell you something. I absolutely needed to see John Brown do what he did today. Coming off of 3 to 4 weeks off, you're gonna be rusty. And I think it was evident that they wanted to make sure that the chemistry was back at it again. Don't forget, we had John Brown all last season. He was our 1,000-yard receiver, number one receiver on the squad. Then we bring Stephon Diggs, and then with some injuries and some things that happened, and obviously Diggs going off, John Brown had to take a back seat. And you do have to take a back seat to an elite alpha male receiver. But man, John Brown showed you what this team could be. So special. You are going to have to account for John Brown going deep. And then Diggs will do what he has to do in the middle. And then Gabe Davis. Yo, I'm excited about this goddamn offense. And we took it to the number one mother effing defense. Number one defense, letting 18 points a game. We didn't give a damn. We hung 56 points on that bitch ass Dolphins team. Kevin, what say you?
Dable does a really good job. He obviously knows that Nick Needham is brutal, and he targets Nick Needham. If you go back and watch the first game, it was the same thing. Cole Beasley ate up Nick Needham. It was Nick Needham that gave up 3 touchdowns today. Yay, good job, Nick. Brutal. But yeah, he was just atrocious. He couldn't cover McKenzie, couldn't cover Gabe Davis, couldn't cover anyone. Dable obviously he's picking on him, which obviously is the right thing to do because it's working. And yeah, it was God, he played bad. And
guys, not to mention that we potentially, it hasn't happened yet officially, unless I'm sleeping under a rock here, but we have Kenny Stills that's potentially just around the corner, making sure that he's COVID free. That's about to sign with the Bills, and that, my friends, will be problematic. The guy for his career averaging 15 to 16 yards a damn catch, so he is a bona fide deep threat. Guess what? You're going to have to account for a guy like that in Kenny Stills. Now, chemistry has to work, but we're gonna figure out. By the way, you know what we don't have to figure out because it's right there in our faces. We just brought in a new member by the name of Travis New. He's new to the business. Bing, biggity, bing. Welcome to the Bing Squad, my guy Travis New. And guess what? We are in a festive mood. We want to give away one of our championship shirts that's going out today. We got to get 10 new members. We get 10 new members, and I'm gonna get Kevin to ring this bell every time that every time that we get a new member coming in. We're gonna get Kevin to ring the bell. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are tuned in for the very first time, we the Dolphins and the Bills, we the Bills faced the Dolphins, and we absolutely annihilated them on TV. Tua was uncomfortable throughout the game until the third and near the middle of the third quarter. Now he started to kind of get comfortable.
You mean the first drive of the second quarter when they just went right down?
I mean, but then he still
the first drive of the second half.
Still threw 3 interceptions, so he's still trying to feel it out. Yeah. But I will say this though. I will give I'm gonna, you know what, Kevin? I need your help here. If you can ring that bell for me.
Biggity bing. You ready? That's for Pierre. Ready?
Bing, biggity, bing, my guy Kevin's in the building. And guess what? Because it's such a festive day, we've got 2 bells. Man. We got 2 bells. We're ready to roll today, folks.
Two-pronged attack.
Now, I will say this, though. Rico, the secondary didn't manscape. They definitely did not manscape. They were looking bushy and wide. What did it say? Bushy and wide?
Well, they were balls. That's right. Yeah.
We went balls deep in the Dolphins. That's exactly what we did. Because guess what? We didn't have any interference. We didn't have things that were deterring us from giving you all 8 inches of beat. Get 8 inches of Buffalo Bills deep. That's exactly what happened. Guess what? We manscaped and we gave you the whole damn dong. That's what's happening. You're gonna get that dong, Dale, and that's exactly what the Bills did to the Dolphins. Boy, oh boy. By the way, we are going to rack up today in just pouring the salt on my guy Kevin. He needs it. That smirk on his face will be gone by the end of the show. Aren't you guys sick of his smirk?
I don't understand. I predicted the Dolphins were going to lose coming into today.
You know what? This is what Kevin does.
I told you they were going to lose last night.
When Kevin does this, he says, guys, my team's going to lose.
Yes.
I don't care. It's going to be like 26-6. I'm like, 6 points. Give yourself some credit for at least like. But the Bills, they knew what we needed to do. Now, Kevin is still alive. We still need.
It's over.
The Colts to lose this game.
Someone wrote the Colts are winning already.
Well, listen. Let me tell you something. I will admit this. I said I did not want to play the Dolphins 3 straight times. I'm not interested in playing them 3 straight times. I just don't want to. It's hard enough to beat a team twice. We didn't make it look hard when we beat the Dolphins, but it's hard enough to beat a team twice, but 3 times, that's difficult. But guess what? I would love for the Jaguars to pull off an upset and bring them Dolphins back to Buffalo so we can put a whooping on them again. Because Josh Allen absolutely does he have any shares of the Miami Dolphins?
No.
He should invest and just pick up the shares because right now he's part owner of that team. The same way Cameron Wake was part owner of the backfield and real estate was all over the Buffalo backfield. Guess what? Josh Allen has stake in the damn Miami Dolphins, and he can do what the hell he wants. I mean, we might change it to the Miami Allens. Can we do that? Because the dude just owns his fucking team. Can someone pull up the stats, what Allen has done to the Dolphins?
God.
Pull it up. Pull up. By the way, we got to give a shout out to a new member by Cameron Forrester. Can you get on your bell? Because I think we can both do it together.
Do it.
Bing, biggity, bing.
There
We doing it. We added new members. Let's go. Kevin is absolutely sick doing this. He does not want to do this. His team is lost, but he's being a trooper. He's being a trooper, and he's hanging out with us. Now, I need to speak on something. Antonio mother effing Williams. Let me tell you something. Today, I was asked a question. What are your bold takes, Rico? What do you see happening today? I said, you know what? Antonio Williams, 2 touchdowns and over 80 yards rushing. Book it. My man has 63 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. If you started that man this whole freaking game, guaranteed he was over 100 yards. That boy was running fast. That boy was running strong, and he was running with a purpose. Something 2 of our running backs right now are currently not doing. It absolutely drives me insane when I watch the Devin Singletary. You know what I'm saying? Again, like just bumped around and just not effective as he was last year. And then you have Mr. Business Decisions himself. Yes, I know I had him on the show, right? I even asked him about his business decisions. He kind of skirted around it. Dude, you want to see business decisions? What you do is you watch Antonio Williams run. The guy squats 400 pounds with ease, and you saw it. He could get around the corner. He can hit the hole, stop, get off me, turn back around, head up. Dude, what we did last year for Duke Williams when he started coming on at the end of the season and we activated him for the playoff game, I'm telling you right now, we should highly consider having Antonio Williams on the roster if those 2 boys ain't running the rock the way they're supposed to. Because right now, Antonio Williams has everything it takes to be a running back in that damn backfield. And right now, he looked way better than 2 guys. And guess what? There were no backups playing. The Dolphins played every one of their starters. And guess what? Antonio Williams didn't give a damn. I'm running the rock, and I'm going to run that rock hard. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, stop sleeping on the guy by the name of Antonio Williams. He is king. And who else is king? Josh Lewis. Welcome to the big squad. Big, biggity, big. Let's go. We making it a show today. By the way, shout out to my guy, Scott Van Loo. You want to read that one for me?
One player I'm very impressed with on Josh Allen. Well, I guess he means when Josh Allen came out, Matt Barkley took over and did his job. He's impressed by Gabe Davis. Yeah, Gabe Davis played well.
How do you feel about Gabe Davis, by the way, as a receiver?
Looks like he's got some real potential. He's got some good size. He gets releases off the line pretty well. He seems to have some speed. I'm not responding to that. You get no hello, Josh. But what do you? Josh must be like ragging on me in the group chat, and I wasn't answering. But no, yeah, Gabe Davis looks like a real player. Like you're going to have to make at some point as your team improves over the years, right? You have to pay. You get better players, and you're going to have to pay them. Like you have to make a big decision on Milano. So at some point, you're probably going to have to make a decision between Brown and Gabe Davis. If you keep. Diggs.
You think we'll have to make a decision?
At some point,
both. You don't think we can?
You're going to afford Davis. Brown,
no,
I was saying some point, but if he keeps playing like that, he's going to ask for a new contract. He's going to ask for an extension. So we'll see. But I think you guys should be excited about him. I like how he gets downfield. I like how he plays the ball in the air. He got one on Xavier Howard this game, and it was good coverage. It was good coverage, a good throw, and he came down with it. And he's kind of what your team needs because you don't have a lot of guys who can contest to the catch point, right? Yeah. So I think he's a very important role on your team.
Now, I do want to ask you this, and this is all in all seriousness.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? What is it about the Bills that is such a bad matchup for your Dolphins? And this is for real question, no troll.
No, Miami likes to play man coverage, and they like to line up. They like to press at the line of scrimmage, and they like to get pressure on you. And they dominate against quarterbacks that can't move, right? So against Allen and the Bills, it's different because you guys do your best against man coverage.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of man beaters, and because Allen's a threat to get outside, it affects how we rush. You know what I mean? Like, we're rushing a lot more disciplined on the outside because we're trying to prevent him from rolling out. And you guys got a bunch of guys that can beat man coverage. So it's great that we have, Byron Jones gets a pick, Xavier Howard gets a pick, but you guys just say, okay, we're just going to go on Nick Needham and he's going to give up 3 friggin' touchdowns. Like, you guys have enough receivers that can beat man coverage. We don't have enough guys that can play man coverage against you guys. Not most teams don't have that, right? They have maybe two good receivers. Well, you guys got 4. So it's a real bad matchup for us.
Who the way that we're playing, before we get in there, by the way, shout out to our guy Kobe Fox. Welcome to the Bing Squad. Bing biggity bing, let's go.
Listen, I forgot. Hang on.
Bing biggity bing, let's go. If when looking at this team and with how potent this offense is, and this offense has looked fantastic. How far does Kevin see Buffalo going into? You know what's funny? That's exactly where I was going with that, Cameron. So with how potent this offense is, who can step in our way and really slow us down?
Kansas City, that's it. I mean, you guys still struggle a bit against the run. I know it's been a bit better lately, but even who'd you just play? Remember even you guys crushed them, but the beginning of the Patriots game, you guys were getting gashed, right? Eventually your offense scored so many points that they kind of had to give up on the run. So I think that the Bills are the best team in the league, because your defense is better than Kansas City's. I think that Kansas City is the closest, and I think they have a really good shot at beating you guys. It's a toss-up. Remember, you guys played them pretty close last time, and Allen was just dog shit. Like, he was terrible.
Right.
And you still almost, you were really close. So Allen's not going to play that bad again. Right. So you guys have a really good chance of beating them. Tennessee would worry me a little bit, just because if they can get if they can get kind of an early lead and they can run Henry, that could cause some problems. But if you guys get up on them and they can't really do that, Tannehill's is not going to beat them. So I think that the Chiefs have a really good chance of beating you. I think that I would probably not want to play Tennessee, but you can still beat them. And I don't think there's anyone in the NFC that can give you guys a match, especially I think it looks like Mike Evans is out for the blew out his knee. If Mike Evans, because they have the best receiving core in the league, right? Because they have three like alpha legit ones. So
Godwin,
Godwin and Evans, right? Legit. So, but if Evans is gone, you guys can handle the other two, but other than that, and even then, Tampa's not a great team. They're a good team.
Are you able to help me handle Ryan Berger, because he just became a Bing Squad member? Ryan Berger, welcome to the Bing Squad, my guy.
There it is.
Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Listen, if you guys are tuned in to the Buffalo Fanatics for the very first time, this is the Rico Report. I am joined by my good buddy, Kevin Gerard. Follow my man on Twitter. And then I don't want to get this wrong. What's your Twitter handle? Don't give him the IG.
I think it's Oh, they're always adding me on Instagram. I know.
You guys add him on Instagram. Don't add him on Instagram. You got to add him while he looks for it right now. I want you guys to try and join.
At Kevin Gerard 13.
At Kevin Gerard 13. Go ahead and add him to Twitter.
Just look up any Bills fanatics. Like Dave Tilton just messaged, poor Kevin has to sit there and take the abuse. Dave is a kind man. You know what I mean?
Shout out to my guy Scott Van Loo for real question. I hear Brandon Bean signed Kenny Stills. I don't know if that's a rumor or secure or not for our playoff run. True or false? Well, the rumor is that it's very close to happening. It's just a matter of time. But yet nothing's yet to happen. You just never know. Some deals fall through, but I have a feeling that this is one of those things that's going to happen. The real question is when we bring our guys Stills on, if we do, who do we let go of?
I don't know. I think
who's cut. That's the real question.
I wonder if you guys are getting pumped up for nothing because the Texans cut him for nothing, and the Texans are not a good team.
No. He asked for the release
because he wasn't getting played,
right?
Because he couldn't get on the field.
Well, that I don't know about that.
Okay. Well, that's what it was. So Miami traded him away. Mm-hmm. That was because he was running his mouth, and then he got to the Texans, and they just weren't playing him.
Yeah,
and then he got cut. And do you know he was in Miami for a tryout 2 weeks ago, and they didn't sign him. They didn't offer him a deal. So I wonder, like, is he hurt or like what's the deal with him? Because no one signed him for weeks. He couldn't get on the field for Houston. I don't know. Something's wrong. I used to like Stills when he played for Miami. He was he was a good number 3.
Or is just
I don't know. Like
an attitude thing, or they don't want him back.
I don't know, but it seems weird that that Houston would cut him for nothing, and then no one picked him up for a few weeks. So I wonder if maybe he was hurt and now he's just getting healthy. Yeah. I'm not sure. And maybe that's the delay with Buffalo. Maybe it's the COVID thing. Plus he's got to pass a physical or something. I'm not sure.
Who knows? Earl Scott, shout out to my guy. Earl Scott says the greatest show up north, led by the Winter Soldier. Go Bills. You damn right, man. We have ourselves a special quarterback in the likes of Josh Allen, and he's absolutely killing the game. And shout out to him right now. Right now, we have 650 people.
Oh, I thought he was talking about you. Wait, who's the Winter Soldier?
Winter Soldier.
Allen
my black
or
ass
Rico?
In the winter? Yeah. Hell no, we ain't doing that shit.
Well, you're in Canada,
right? So listen, folks, we gotta bring a few things up, right? So recapping, the Bills put a beat down on the Dolphins, 56-26. We could have racked up some more, but we said, yo, chill. They're already dead. Let it be. We just can't keep, shanking these guys. It's over with. The flag is a flat line. It's a wrap, right? But let's take a look at what our receiving core did to the number 1 defense in the league. Davis, 2 receptions for 107 yards and a touchdown. Great reception, great ball thrown by Barkley right on the money into the end zone. That was a good ball. You can't even hate on that. Diggs, 7 for 76, leads the league in receptions and yards. Probably going to end that the way the season's going. It's probably going to end that way. Brown, 4 receptions for 72 yards and a touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie was absolutely fantastic today. Inside, on the wide side, punt returning. He was an asset today. And shout out to my guy, Lil Dirty, a.k.a. Mr. Clean. I like that. And then you had Williams, the running back, catching a ball for 20 yards. Dude, we have ourselves a gem, and we may not even know it. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that we consider putting this guy on the roster and not letting some clown snatch this guy up, because that would be a damn shame. By the way, shout out to my guy Brian Bauer. Says, Rico, I hit up Kevin during this game. What you have to like and respect about Kevin is behind that smirk, Kevin keeps it real on both ends. Being said, sorry, Kev, wagon's full. I asked him to join. I said, yo, we can make room for you.
I'm good.
Are you sure?
Last year we had the worst roster in the NFL, right? Let's
shout out to my guy Brian Bowers for that.
Yeah, no, hey Brian, but I mean, look, if you look at Miami, right? We got crushed today. You guys are way better than we are, but I knew that coming in. But last year we had the worst roster in the NFL, right? We were Steve Young and all these guys are going on the air talking about how it's a disgrace about what we're doing. We're playing so bad that we're putting people in jeopardy and we're the worst team ever. You know what I mean? The NFL needs to launch an investigation. And at the end of the year, we won some games. We ended up 5-11. We did okay. And then, we this year we went 10-6. So we went from the worst team supposedly, and not only that, keep in mind, last year I think we set the NFL record for the most points allowed, and this year we finished 1. So I know, well, we'll see if we still finish 1, but even if we don't, right? So I mean, you basically went from the worst ever to a top 2 scoring defense in 1 year. So it's disappointing. I didn't make the playoffs, and it's disappointing that you would like to see Tua play a bit better. But from where when the season started, I would have said Miami was lucky to win 6 games, and we won. We went 10-6.
Yep. Defense
played way better than I thought. Xavier Howard came back, was the best corner in the league this year. Like there was a lot of things that We found our kicker was awesome this year. There's a lot of things that went right. And if Tennessee wins today, we'll have the number 3 pick in the draft. We have 2 first-round picks. We have 2 second-round picks. Hopefully someone comes up and trades us a shit ton of picks for the 3rd overall pick, and we get a couple more first rounds next year. So
yeah, you guys are loaded.
Where I'm from, where we were last year to where we were this year, it's great. It's just you guys also made a jump, and we didn't close any distance. You guys are really good.
We took a leap.
No, you did. Really good.
We definitely took a leap. Yeah. So I'm not gonna stick to just the offense, because the defense definitely we came to play too. We took the foot off the pedal a little bit. But Tua is a first-round pick. He's not gonna sit here and pull a dud all game. Mm-hmm. Dude threw for 350 yards today. 360 with 3 interceptions. And that was pretty much what he was making bad decisions, some bad decisions, mm-hmm. and some unlucky miscommunication throws that went.
Parker fell down.
Yeah, I'm saying so. Some of the interceptions were his fault, and some were not. But nonetheless, we did put I wouldn't say confusion on him, but we made him have to process quickly, and some decisions made him overthrow balls and rush him a little bit. But Tua, I feel, is going to be an asset for this team for some time. Some Dolphins fans may not like it, may not like to hear it, because they see Justin Fields coming out. And with you guys with top 5 pick, you guys can muster something together and make a move for Justin Fields. But I think you guys have something in Tua. That's just my opinion. Justin Napolitano says, before this game, I was a little worried about playing either Baltimore or Tennessee. Now, I really think that no one can beat this team. Go Bills. It's looking good, man. I'd still really like to avoid playing Baltimore. I just don't like that matchup. I respect Lamar Jackson so damn much that I'm not trying to give him too much props, but this guy's just an athlete, man. He's just an athlete. You just have to have contained. If we're disciplined enough, then we should have no issues. Polish YouTube says we're a well-oiled machine, firing on all cylinders at the right time, improving every week. Had plenty of problems with it, and looks like we addressed it. We absolutely did. Not right now. Ask mommy. So here's the deal. The W says Jags are up by. Okay. I was about to say, he says Jags are up by 10. Just kidding. You got Kevin kind of like, what?
No, I already know the Jags are up 17-0. Sorry, Indy's up 17-0.
17-0. Damn. Yeah. So yeah. I'm assuming Jonathan Taylor is having a massive game. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Golly, Jared. So the W, you almost had me. You didn't have Kevin, because Kevin's been paying attention, because low key I think he still has hope, which he should.
No, I don't have any hope.
Then you shouldn't be score-wise.
I knew we had to win. I'm not looking at the comments.
I got you.
Yeah, I knew coming in we had to win or we'd be out, because the other teams were all playing bums, right? Colts were playing the Jags. Yep. Cleveland was playing the Steelers' second-string players. And who's the other? Baltimore was playing Cincinnati with Ryan Finley at quarterback.
Yeah, it's a tough one. By the way, shout out to each and every one of you guys. We got 826 people watching right now. Do me a favor. Share this stream. Whether you're watching on YouTube and you want to share it on your Facebook page, you're watching on Facebook, share it on your page, or you're on Twitter, retweet that. We want to try to get up to 1,000 people watching. And while you're in here, smash that like. Not for me. Smash that like for my guy, Kevin. You guys have been asking for Kevin for the longest time. He's finally here with that stupid smirk on his face. I can't stand it. But this smirk I don't mind, because this is a smirk of defeat. This is a smirk of I'm beaten. This is a smirk. This is a smirk. I can't even keep a straight face, because the smirk that he's giving me right now it's making me laugh. It's making me.
Is this even a smirk? This is just me being stone faced.
Oh snap! I love it. I love every one of it. No, every bit of it. So here's the deal, folks. I need to talk on this defense. Because we had some guys stand out today, and one name in particular. Kevin's gonna disagree with me, but Dane Jackson absolutely stood out today. Dane Jackson had 2 pass deflections that were key pass deflections. Not only that, he was getting in on run support, and he was just where the ball needed to be. You could just tell this guy is the real deal, Holyfield. And I'm telling you right now, if
he looked good on that when he gave up that long touchdown.
Now, he did give up that touchdown. That's facts. But I have a feeling he was being greedy. He wanted an interception. He was looking in the backfield trying to jump something, and he let the guy just creep up behind him. Shit happens. But we're already beating you guys by 56. We hung 56 points on you. It is what it is. Now, I was a little unhappy with my guy, Josh Norman. Josh Norman, that boy is just, I mean, I love Josh Norman. I like the signing when we brought Josh Norman here. I think he brings a grittiness.
Who didn't like that signing? Do you remember?
You didn't like it at all.
Who told you at the beginning of the year that he was garbage?
Yeah, you didn't like that at all.
I told you.
Rico, you missed my super chat. Alan Stats. Oh, let me go back, man.
Uh-oh.
Let me go back, fam. Let me go back.
It's not going to be pretty.
It's not going to be pretty. Alan's statistics. Let me go back. Where did you do a super chat, fam?
Funny thing was,
I didn't see your super chat,
man,
fam.
If the game had ended after the first quarter, it would have been nice.
It would have been nice, but, man, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Respect to Kev. Diggs still flossing that fish. Yo, listen, man.
That was pretty
Diggs
good, yeah.
flossing on the sideline is going to forever be a meme, because that's what happens when you comfortable like that. Yo, I'm eating too much. Let me floss that. Shout out to my guy, Cardiac Kid Bill says, listen, Josh Miami Daddy. Allen. Woo! I like the nickname. We're going to call him Josh Miami Daddy. Career stats versus the Fins. 114 for 178, 64%, 1,500 yards, 17 touchdowns, 4 interceptions with his 117 pass rating. 3 rushing touchdowns. Can't wait for the playoffs. Golly, Kevin.
What is that? Like,
he owns the fucking Dolphins. That's what it is.
Six games?
Yeah. Golly. And imagine, double that shit up, another 6 games. He's going to do it to you.
Well,
golly. What do you have to say about that, fam?
We did well against him as a rookie. Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, you know what? Rookie Josh is gone. He's buried. He's dead. There was a eulogy and everything. It's over with. There's a new Josh Allen in town, and he's taking names and whooping ass. Now,
Xavier Howard has 3 picks in 3 games against him.
Xavier Howard was nice, but he wasn't that good today.
He
wasn't great today. He had 1 interception though, but it came off of Matt Barkley.
Yeah,
so let's pump the base a little bit.
I just said that.
I know, but I got to remind you. Anyway. Folks, shout out to my guy Eric Schmitty. Rico got a fire poem rap to drop in the chat. You want it? Yo, drop them bars, bitch. Let's go, man. Dane Jackson though, real deal. I'd love to see him on the field more.
What do you mean by real deal? Like, what are we talking? I'm just curious.
For a 7th round pick?
No, I'm just asking where you see him. Like, what do you mean? Do you mean like a solid starter, or are we talking like are we upping him? Or?
I mean, let's gradually move him up from the practice squad to number 3 corner. You know what I'm saying? For next
is he
year,
though? That's what I'm asking. Now. Is he better than Levi Wallace? He's definitely better than Josh Norman.
I would take him over Josh Norman for sure.
Yeah,
I think he's a little more aggressive than Josh Norman. I think he'll take more chances.
Do you have
Levi Wallace? I'll still keep him over.
I'm not saying get rid of him. So you want Wallace starting ahead of Jackson?
I'll take Wallace slightly have an edge over Dane Jackson only because of the experience. But other than that, Dane Jackson is well on his way to being a staple in this. I want to call it staple, but his name is going to be heard a little bit more. Him being on the field. But I will say this though. Shout out to my guy Jeff King. I see you, Jeff. What did Jeff say? Jeff says Norman is done. I like the pick 6, but too few positives.
The pick 6. Receiver falls down. It hits him in the chest, and no one's in front of him. He just runs it in, and then he's trash talking.
But what was the end result though?
He's a bum.
No, the end result. What happened? What was he doing when he brought in the end zone? He was lifting it up, right? And then he went like this.
What did he do?
I own you, bitches. You see, this is the glory hole, and he
Devontae Parker
went up in that.
Took him apart all game. Devontae Parker took him apart. Like you have 56-3 or whatever the score was. Like it was a beating, right? I'll give you everything because you guys won bad. But trying to crow Josh Norman after Devontae Parker is beating him time and time again down the sideline, making tiptoe catches. Norman looked like a Miami.
He's a bum.
Norman looked like a Miami DB falling around there.
Saran Neal was making some plays. Matakevich, listen, man, the whole defense was making plays today. They were making plays.
Matakevich had a good game. I noticed him too.
Yeah, he was making some plays, man. Jordan John says, "What do you think about Neal and nickel over Teron Johnson?" I like Teron Johnson, man. Teron Johnson is nice. Teron Johnson he's fearless. He will throw his body in there, no problem. I really didn't like the fact that earlier today, if you guys caught it at the beginning of the game where he went to go tackle one of the receivers that caught the ball and he ended up hitting Milano. Didn't even look. Yeah. He just smashed Milano, putting both those idiots at risk.
It was real weird. We were saying if Milano hadn't have been there, I don't know who he was even going to hit.
Dude, he's gonna hit nobody, man.
If Milano got hurt, that'd be huge. He's good. He's doing real well.
The defense definitely came to play today, and they knew what was on the line. I really hope that Jordan Poyer was gonna get his interception, but Dean Marlowe came through with 2 picks. Shout out to D Marlowe and shout out to the defense, man. 4 turnovers today. Is it 4 turnovers? Did I get that right?
Yeah.
What I put is it? Yeah, we
3
got a fumble.
picks.
So 2 picks, 1 pick 6 by my guy Josh Norman. Walking past interference, but he redeemed himself with that pick 6. Walked into the end zone. And 2 interceptions by Dean Marlowe. On top of that, that was huge. One of them was right in his hands, and the other one was like a deflection into Dean Marlowe's hands. And last but not least was a fumble recovery by Harrison Phillips. So 4 turnovers. It's hard to even win a game, let alone with having just 2 turnovers. Or 4, it's a wrap. The Tua was just giving the ball away, man. Just giving the ball away. But when you put pressure on a young quarterback, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult for you to come out and redeem yourself. You just can't. You can't do it. Jason Millard, Rico, do you think it's actually beneficial that we don't have a bye week and get to keep the momentum going as well as have a normal routine week? Absolutely. I do not want a bye week. I don't want a bye week. I like the way we played this today. We went right into the first half, played the first half, and then let our dogs go after it. Mike Love made a play today. Unblocked, nonetheless, made a play at a couple tackles this game. Mike Love is not one that you guys want to sleep on, man. That boy is a good player, man. I don't know what we were thinking, keeping freaking Trent Murphy over Mike Love. Mike Love deserved that spot, but guess what?
And you guys are really healthy right now. So if you were banged up, then the bye would be beneficial, but you guys don't really have too many injuries right now. Yeah, so it's good to keep that momentum going, I think.
I also agree. I totally agree. So Kevin, let me ask you this. Next week, Colts, we either play the Colts or we play, I think it's the Colts.
Apparently you can play the Colts or you can play the Titans. If the Titans lose and the Colts win, then the Colts win the division.
Oh, that's right, because they're playing for the division. Oh, wait, so who's booted out? Oh, the Miami Dolphins are booted out, so we don't have to worry about them. So it's going to be, Colts. Chances are we'll probably be playing the Colts. How do we match up against the Colts? Is it a good matchup for us, or is that a bad matchup?
I thought that was the best possible matchup. I mean, granted, that was before you scored 700 points against us this year.
Right.
I thought we were the second best matchup, but I can't see Phillip Rivers' noodle arm coming into Buffalo and being able to throw like at all. Like if you guys even have a slight win next week, they'll probably get shut out. I like what's his name? Taylor from Jonathan Taylor. I like Jonathan Taylor. He's a nice guy. Yeah. They have a decent O-line, but you guys don't win on sacks anyways. Like you play your cover 3, you're going to force them to nickel and dime their way up the field. And eventually Rivers is just going to cough the ball up. I think you guys are going to crush him.
Namdi, my man Namdi says, Williams for RB1, good size, speed, and vision. He's got that dog in him, plays hangry. I like that. You play hangry. He's hungry though, because he's playing hangry. And if we bring up Jackson and Williams from PS, who do we sit? Who do you think? I'm gonna the roster decent. What do you think?
This is the first time I've seen Williams play. I was very impressed with him. He runs hard. He breaks tackles. Zach Moss, man, I don't know, man. He can't see the hole. I think he's going to end up, I was telling you, it looks like he's going to end up hurting your linemen because he just runs full speed into them. He's a rookie, so maybe he'll get better. I love Devin Singletary. I drafted him in 3 pools this year. I thought he was going to be awesome. Yeah. But geez, man, and so maybe play this guy. I mean, he should be on your roster after what he did today. Both your running backs were like 2.6 and 2.4 yards a carry today. And this guy, he was out there. Now, I know Miami had kind of given up by that point, but still, he looks like he deserves some reps to me. Why not? He played really well today. I was very impressed with what I saw. Again, small sample size, but you guys have probably seen more of him than I have, but I liked him.
Am I being too harsh on Dawson?
No.
I absolutely, I tried my hardest to give this guy love and say, you know what? Water under the bridge if you can start making some plays, but God, this guy frustrates me like you would not believe, man. Yeah. He is a tight end 3 or tight end 2. He's so inconsistent.
He goes up and it was funny because in 2 plays, it encapsulated 2, back-to-back plays, right? The one play he goes up and he like gets this jump ball over the safety with the safety right on him. And they're like, wow, what a great play. And then the very next play, they throw him the ball again and he just dropped it. Like I could see why you guys are frustrated with him. You can see flashes and you can see his athleticism and what he should be, but that guy's got to spend all off season catching with balls from the jugs.
You thought he did it this year, but apparently he did not. Brandon Howard says, I agree with Kevin. The Colts is the best matchup for us in the first round. He's bound to turn the ball over multiple times. Now, here's the deal. The Colts, I'm with you guys when it comes to defending the likes of Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
But Phillip Rivers isn't the person or the unit that troubles me. It's the running back unit. Jonathan Taylor is getting in his groove.
Yeah, but they're not going to.
He gives me fits. He gives me problems, man.
They're not going to score enough points. That's the problem. They can't score enough points to beat you guys.
And their defense is not horrible.
Their defense is, their front seven's really, really good. But you guys can't and don't run the ball anyway. So you're just going to spread them out, 4 wideouts, and throw the ball on them. So your strength negates their strength on defense. Their secondary is inconsistent. I don't see anyone, you know what I mean? Like, I just can't see them. I think it's going to be an absolute blowout. I think you guys are going to win 34-10, and that's being generous.
Abe Froman says, Kevin is absolutely the man. Thanks for coming on when probably the last group of people you want to talk to is gloating Bills fans.
Should have seen my phone blowing up during the game. Yeah.
Kevin is so used to this. And here's the thing. Kevin incites a lot of negativity from the Bills, our group chat number 1, because he's a one-man band going after everyone. And whenever we're like trying to be excited about something, Kevin comes in like, whoa, pump the brakes. Remember this. And he takes the needle and goes, yeah, welcome back to reality, bitches.
I was also the guy in the Twitter one. I was the guy all year saying, like, what are you guys talking about? You guys are going to win. You guys are going to blow them out. They're like, no, you don't understand the 49ers defense. And I'm like, we beat those guys 43-17. You guys are going to mop the floor with them. No, they've got some talent. I'm like, they don't have a starting quarterback. They don't have like half their team's gone.
Kevin,
and sure enough, you just guys romp them. Like, that all year. Remember, I'd be like, what are you guys talking about? You're going to kill them. You're so much better. I think I was the first guy. I would honestly think I was the first guy in that group that thought the Bills were a Super Bowl team. I think I was.
Were you?
I was the one, even, what's his name? They were going on about it the other day. They're like, Kevin's always pumping us up. And I'm like, yeah, I guess because I don't have any emotional stake in it. And like, much like me, like I have the same with the Dolphins, but you guys are like, you're not used to it, right?
Yeah.
And like, well, you are confident, but there's that little kernel of fear, because I had that. Remember, like 2016, Miami was 10-6. Jay Ajayi ran for 7,000 yards against you guys in 2 games. Like I was like, oh, we got something. Adam Gase is a great coach. No, I was wrong. So I think that's part of it, right? So you're worried about it, and now you guys have the confidence. But I think I was the first one that was like, no, you guys are really, really good, because beginning of the year, I was waiting to see because Allen had a couple of good games, and I was like, well, let's wait and see if this continues. But once it did, I was like, okay.
Ben Baker says, Kevin has a point. Allen has been a ton better because of his decision making, but Rico has a point. Talent does improve confidence. Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Dude, he was playing at Wyoming with Tanner Gentry. And I mean, Tanner Gentry, what is he out of the league? He played with the Bears for a little bit as a practice squad. I don't even know.
Yeah, but he's also throwing against bums. He's throwing against guys from the Y.
I mean, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those situations where Allen is completely dialed in. He's moved up a tier, and he's lights out. And
I have never seen a quarterback. Improve that much in 1 year, because everyone was like, oh, you're a hater, and I'm like, no, he's just bad. He's a bad passer. He was an elite athlete, he was a great runner, and he was a bad passer. And this year he's phenomenal. Now Dable gets a lot of credit because I don't know how many, how many passes did you guys complete, whether it was Allen or Barkley, where there wasn't a friggin' defender in the screen? I was just dying.
You hate
I was telling him, I was like, if Allen throws, remember that one Allen, he had this play where he rolls out to the right and he kind of threw across threw back across the field. It was a really nice throw. And I was like, yeah, that was a great play. I'm like, but it would have been nice to see a Dolphin defender in the screen. You know what I mean? Like if the Dolphin guy's draped over him and he threads it in, you're like, well, I'll get, it happens. But there's not anyone in the screen. So I think Dable's offense deserves some credit. I think Allen's jump deserves a huge, obviously is a huge thing. And I think your offensive line, your pass protection has been fantastic this year. And then again, he knows that when it's third down in less than 8, He's just going to go to Beasley on an option route. When he needs a bigger play, he's got Diggs, you know what I mean? And now you've got Gabe Davis as your jump ball guy.
And here's the beauty of it. And then before I get to what I'm about to say, my guy Barry Cumberbatch says, Kevin, how do other Miami fans feel about you rubbing elbows with Bills fans? Do you have like
I haven't gotten any real flack for it because I've just kind of explained it. Like, it just so happened that because we live like in Ottawa. Well, I live in Ottawa. He lives in
I'm an Ottawa native. Don't
so when we lived where we were, the Bills are the closest team, right? And I grew up surrounded by like Bills fans. My cousin's a Bills fan. Like all my best friends are Bills fans. You know what I mean? So it's just I've always been around it, so that's why I kind of know your team. It's kind of weird that a lot of people are surprised that I know as much about the Bills roster as I do, but it's because I've seen every single Bills game, literally every Bills game and preseason game in the last 4 years.
You're honorary Bills.
And then when we grew up, remember, that's who was on TV.
Yeah, true facts.
Yeah, it was
Channel 3.
Yeah,
the Bills game.
Jim Kelly, Wegmans, throwing TD passes with loaves of bread. You know.
Oh, it's not. Shout out to my guy Ismael Manero says I don't give a fuck about matchups. Give us whoever. We beat every effing body. Give me the Titans. Round 1. We have Trey at this time. LBs are healthy. Let's effing go. Listen, at the end of the day, really,
Trey's not stopping Henry.
Trey, I mean, shoot. Let's put it this way, man.
But I like that guy too.
Who's that?
Ismael. Yeah. Ismael? Yeah. He's him and I talk a lot on Facebook.
There you go.
Yeah, he's a good lad.
Okay,
he's a good
lad. I got you.
He's always very polite too.
He's a polite guy.
He's very nice.
Bills
guy.
Mafia polite people.
No, that's not accurate. That's not accurate.
Shout out to my guy Chris Matlock. Yeah. We all need to sit on something. We just swept the division. When's the last time we've done that? Kevin, grab your motherfucking bell. Let's go. We just swept the damn division, and really, it's an exciting time, man. We go 13-3. Who guessed we would go 13-3? I sat there and said 11 wins. We need 11 wins.
5, yeah.
11 wins should not only get us into the playoffs. We should be comfortable, dude. We exceeded. We overexceeded at 13 wins.
Yeah.
We should be at 14-2. We lost a bogus play to the Cardinals. We're really 14-2.
Oh, really? Yeah. You're also lucky that you got a fumble against the Pats in the first game. You're also lucky that Preston Williams dropped a touchdown. You can play the what if games all the time.
Hold on, and get this: the two teams that we lost to are the Titans and the Chiefs, reigning Super Bowl champ,
and the Cards.
And I don't fuck with the Cards. And the Titans went to the AFC Championship last year. So, guys, this is a legitimate team that is going to create complete havoc, man.
And the Jets are real bad.
The Jets, oh boy.
And did
they just beat you guys?
No.
I thought they beat. Oh,
no. Not only did we beat them worse than you guys did, they scored 3 points against us in 2 games.
Shout out to my guy Matthew Ronkowski says, "Hey, Trey is every bit as big." Yeah, right. Young King says, "I said 13-3, but I didn't see us being this great." Yo, man, this team is legit. This team is legit, man. Dolphins should have lost to the Raiders, though.
That's what I'm saying. We're all I can play the what if games.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Arizona Anim fan says, "Yo, Tua has to learn to throw right, or even to the end, to the other half of the field from his first look.
Yeah.
Looks about as limited as
Rick Meyer
in the ball choice."
Can I go on my Chan
Absolutely,
Gailey
go on your rant because you actually have a great point.
God, this pissed me off. Okay, so in the first half, now let me start by saying I don't think Tua played well. Okay, right away. But the first half, what just infuriates me is when Fitzpatrick is in the game. They're going 4 wide, empty set. They're up tempo, no huddle, and they're throwing the ball, right? Every time they let Tua throw the ball in the first half, how many goddamn wide receiver screens did we throw? And then all I've got is Bills fans ragging on me. He doesn't throw the ball downfield. That's the play. He's throwing in wide receiver screens, or it's these little rollouts where it's these dump outs are his primary targets. I was losing my mind. Everything in the first half was 3 tight end sets, max protect, leak 1 shitty receiver like Lynn Bowden, who's a rookie quarterback last year in college, to try and beat your secondary, which isn't going to happen. The second half, I know you had the backups in there. Second half, though, they started to just a little bit let him throw the ball downfield. Maybe if he did it the whole game, maybe he throws 7 interceptions.
Right.
But at least let him try. At least stop having such a cowardly game script where in the first half, It was like they thought they were going to beat the Bills with 3 points. You know what I mean? Like it was like I was watching Dave Wanstad coach my team again, where you get a field goal lead and then just play defense. Like that, it's not realistic. You knew the Bills were going to score a minimum of 30 points, and I just they have to get rid of Chan Gailey. He's driving me up the fucking wall, and I know he likes Fitzpatrick because Fitzpatrick's played with him for like 6 years and that, and obviously a 17-year vet with 6 seasons in a specific offense is going to run it better than a guy playing 8 games coming off of what could have been a career-threatening hip injury. Like, that's just facts that I expected Fitzpatrick to play better, and he should play better. But Jesus, at least put him on equal footing. At least let him throw the ball. In the second half, they did throw some balls downfield. He did complete some nice ones down the field to Devontae Parker.
Yeah.
Still, he did not play well. But like, for Christ's sake, everyone's like, oh, Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert puts the ball up 50 times a game with no consequences because his team's playing for shit, and he throws for 300 yards. So Tua threw for 361 today. Does that make him a great quarterback? No. Anyone who watched the game didn't think he was a great quarterback. Right. Did anyone see Justin Herbert against the Bills? He was atrocious. Did anyone see Justin Herbert against the Dolphins? He was so bad that Keenan Allen said after the game, we were so befuddled on offense, we ran the ball instead of throwing it to avoid catastrophe. Like, drives me nuts. Fire Chan Gailey.
Listen, let me just say, how do you pronounce Tua's last name? Can I try it? Yeah. Can I try it? Tua turned the ball over. Tua turned the ball over. My bad. I had to get that out there. What's his actual last name?
Tunga Vailoa.
Tua turned the ball over.
And yes, so I say these things. Well, it's because the coaches don't trust him. You're down 38 to 3 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
now it doesn't matter whether you trust him or not. Just call a normal game.
And you know what?
Like and again, the game's over. You had nothing to lose, so just play normal. And that's what they ended up doing when the score was so out of reach. And it like he started moving the ball a bit. There was at least some encouraging signs. His first interception, Parker falls down. The second interception goes off the receiver's hands, tipped in the air.
Yep.
Third one was just brutal. I don't even know who he was throwing it to, so I don't know what happened there.
Bad.
But it was bad. But like, Jesus, at least call the same game for him as you call for Fitz.
It wasn't.
Drive me nuts. Sorry for the rant.
It's okay. Rant was
end of rant.
And it felt good. You got it out. What I will say this though, to combat your rant and try to even this thing out here, John Kennedy, I want to give a shout out to my guy John Kennedy. Bing, biggity, bing, biggity, bing, biggity, bing. My guy came out and gave a big hundo. It says, "You are the man. We are watching a new dynasty coming." 56-year Bills fan and most excited for this team and future. This is what I love about doing this and covering the Bills, because we have fans that have just become fans. And we have fans that have been fans for years. Twice my age have been fans for that long. And shout out to my guy, John Kennedy. We really appreciate that. That super chat, that's big and it's much love. But what I really love is that we can get guys that have seen this team. And when they look at what we have here, and they probably look back at what we had in the 90s, they see some very big similarities. And if they see some good things, that means we might be able to go to the chip and actually close the deal. ABC. Always be closing. And we have been closing deals all season long, except for when we played freaking against the damn Cardinals when we let that bullshit go through. But shout out to my guy, John Kennedy. We appreciate the love. That's always big and it's always appreciated. You are the man. Kev, it felt like you wanted to say something. No, you good?
I was going to remember we talked about earlier. I was still going to talk about Jim Kelly.
Yep.
It's not my fan base,
okay.
So I don't know why it bothers me, but it probably because I used to watch Jim Kelly go up and down the field against me every year.
Right.
I don't like some of the disrespect I see to against Jim Kelly. Yeah.
Before you get into it, I got to give a shout to my guy David Reed. David Reed says number 2 seed should not have to play on Saturday on a short week. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Do you agree?
Is that what they did?
I think so. I don't know. I haven't checked.
Number 2 seeds, if only the one gets a bye, 2 should play on Sunday.
Yeah, that's a great question. So whether we play Saturday or Sunday, yeah, I agree. I think we should have that one extra day to kind of do what we have to do. But I mean, listen, we are in new territory. We're in the playoffs. After week 17, you know what we normally do? We go fishing. We usually go and handle other bullshit, or we start looking to draft. Right now, we're trying to win. So whether you make us play Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, we're going to do the business. I mean, the last time we played on Saturday, we absolutely waxed the Denver Broncos. So, I mean, shit, I'm good with either Saturday or Sunday. But let you take over on talking about Jim Kelly, because you feel that Jim Kelly is being disrespected. Please speak on that.
Like, Josh Allen's having a really good season. He's having an MVP caliber season. That's great. And but Jim Kelly's won an MVP. And man, Kelly was really good. And Kelly was so good back when you were allowed to play defense. You can't play defense anymore. You can't jam guys. You can't touch them past 5 yards. You can't hit them. Yep. You can't put a shoulder into them. You can't even hit them after the ball's gone, because it's a defenseless receiver. Like, I know I'm the old man now. That's kind of like, in my day, but like, man, I don't want people to lose sight of how good Jim Kelly was, because Jim Kelly was one of the greatest of all time. And I think a lot of, be careful with that. Be careful with losing perspective a bit.
Disrespecting him though?
I see it sometimes. Maybe not everyone, but I see like these weird comments. What are the comments that you
normally see?
Like, oh, Allen's so much better and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, ooh, Allen was good. Yeah. Really good this year, but it's his first good year. And Kelly's like an all-time great. Yeah. To anoint people, like, don't pull the man down that's an all-time great with a guy who's having a good season. You know what I mean? Like he's having season? Well, it's an MVP caliber season. Okay. Sorry, that was my bad.
All right,
not to diminish it, but like, he's having a great year. But man, put some respect on Kelly's name. Never forget, that guy was really good. You know what?
Shout out to Kevin for that. See, that's why people love you, Kevin. You have the ability to put your fandom aside, and the rivalry aside, and see things for what they really are. And I don't know if he's disrespected, but I see. You know what it is? It's the what's the saying? When something right now. The right now.
Yeah. Like,
you know what I mean?
You lose perspective because you get excited with.
Yeah, it's the new shiny thing. So you forget about, like, I mean, anytime that you get Christmas gifts, like, check this out. Like, my kids, they get a Christmas gift. The first gift they unwrap, they fucking go nuts, right? And then when the next one comes in, they rip it open. They're like, they forgot about that one. That was just amazing to them, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes Bills fans feel that way. So that's why you like veteran guys that have been watching this team for 50 plus years, 40 plus years. They appreciate what they had in Kelly because what Kelly did. And then you see the new young buck, the new breed, and Josh Allen doing his thing. So Isaiah, Ishmael Monero.
I'm getting ready for some anger. I got to shift in positions because I'm going to say some stuff that's going to piss people off.
So Ishmael Monero says Henry had 19 carries for 57 yards the last time we played them. I remember that game. Yeah. Tannehill killed us with A.J. Brown. That's what killed us. We held Henry both the last times played. Trey is the difference. What say you on that? He's not wrong. He's absolutely not wrong.
One, I'll be very interested, and I highly doubt Trey will travel all game with A.J. Brown because he plays cover 3 and they leave him outside. He occasionally moves in. They did it a bit last year in the playoffs to poor success against what's his name, Hopkins. But you're a cover 3 team, right? That's the basis of your scheme. It's your bend but don't break. It's not allow any explosive plays downfield. So I'll be very interested to see if he comes inside. And I know this is going to be sacrilege, but White hasn't had the year he had last year. Keenan Allen busted him up a little bit in that game. I'm going to be interested to see. I think, and don't leave out Corey Davis. Corey Davis is no slouch. He's having a good year, but I'll be interested to see if that happens. I don't know. I don't know if they'll bring him inside to match up on him all game.
So do you honestly feel that if we were to play the Titans, that we couldn't?
I think you guys
duplicate what we did to them the first time, but this time not have them have as an effective pass game.
Of course. I think you're a better team than the Titans. I think you guys are better than the Titans. I just think that sometimes their team styles match up a little bit differently. And that style seems to be a little bit, a little bit geared towards your weakness. You can stop Henry, but how badly did you sell out to stop Henry last time that it allowed the passing game to go over? So I don't know. And keep in mind, Allen didn't play well that game either. Like he was lucky he didn't have 3 or 4 picks that game. He hit what's his name right in the chest for a walk-in pick 6 there. Who's the safety? Fuck, that guy's good. This Titan safety that's really good.
Byers.
Yeah. But anyways, like, he won't play that bad. If I had to put $5 in the game, I'm putting it on the Bills.
Good man. I mean, you can put a little more money than that.
I don't want to.
Jeff Danger says, I'm not talking shit about Tua. I felt bad for him. The Bills are elite. I don't know if I necessarily felt bad for Tua. It's more so like what Kevin said earlier.
It would be really nice if we had someone that could catch the ball.
Yeah, there was some drops today. Welcome to the 2017. That's another thing. Welcome to the 2017 Bills. Drops galore. Zay Jones, bum. Andre Holmes, bum. Kelvin Benjamin, bum. Charles Clay. I actually like Charles Clay.
I like Charles Clay. He was good for my team too.
I like Charles Clay. Charles Clay was cool. Shout out to my girl Caitlin Blount. Because we having the LeBron versus MJ discussion about Allen and Kelly. Don't talk to him about MJ and Bron, because he absolutely does not like Bron. He's not a fan of Bron. He respects him, but not a fan of him. But anyway, we have the LeBron versus MJ discussion about Allen and Kelly. I'm just glad to have having this talk. I'm just glad to be having this talk. I don't care who wins, but let's celebrate the fact that we can discuss this. She's got a good point.
Yeah.
But we have suffered for quite some time. We've suffered for quite some time from the likes of Kelly Holcomb, J.P. Lossman, Drew Bledsoe. Also, Drew Bledsoe was at the end of his career, but he was freaking E.J. Manuel, Jeff Toole, Thad Lewis, Kevin Cobb, A.J. McCarron, Kyle Orton, Nate Peterman. You know what I mean? Like we had some epic bums.
The Drought Breaker,
Matt Leinart, for crying out loud. Do you remember Matt Leinart? For crying out. Brian Brom. Dude, we had some epic quarterbacks come through our way. And the fact that we had to go through and sift through that shit, and we finally found ourselves a franchise quarterback, is so refreshing. So refreshing. Shout out to my guy, Jeff King. What's up, my guy? He says, listen, I love Josh, but for two different eras of football. Josh and a lot of QBs couldn't have held Kelly's jock strap. Kelly got hit and hit often, and there was no 15-yard penalty that followed. Yeah,
it was a different game. Era, it's a different game.
Different game.
Well, that's why
era.
when we were young, it was Marino, and that's it, putting up big numbers, right? Yep. I mean, you look at Warren Moon had some really good years, but like no one was throwing for 5,000 yards. It was Marino, and that was it. Like there was no one else doing it. Now you got guys like Matt Stafford's putting up multiple 5,000-yard seasons. Good player, but he's not a great player. Eli Manning threw for 5,000.
Cool Kitty says, nobody's disrespecting Kelly. Shut up, Kevin. We are just excited. We got a QB that can be as good as Kelly.
Yeah.
You don't want to say anything to him?
Well, I know he's an idiot. Like, I'm not making this up. Like, it's not like I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to make this up. Like, I'm reading it, and it's just like, especially usually the younger people that didn't get a chance to really watch Kelly. Like, we grew up watching him and stuff like that. And if you don't feel that way, Cool Kitties, that's cool. But you know what I mean? But like, I've been reading it, and I didn't like it. And I'm not even a Bills fan.
Samuel Rivera says, Josh gets hit a lot too. You know, he runs guys right, and he gets sacked. Y'all crazy. Just no. Samuel Rivera, this is where you're showing up right now. Because back then, you got hit, and you got driven into the ground. Right now, did you not see Justin Fields spin move, turns around, boom, gets hit, a football hit. And they threw a flag. Come on,
threw the guy out of the game.
They threw the guy ejected. Come on, back in the day, that's routine shit. Let's keep it moving, right? Not only that, somebody who got sacked today. Somebody got sacked today, and as the defensive player rolled onto the player, not put all his weight, they threw the flag. It's like, come on, man! Like these guys, the game has changed. Yeah, like the amount of 5,000. It was like a difficult feat to even throw for 5,000 yards back then. Marino. Was like the first one to throw for 5,000 yards. The only quarterback to ever throw 5,000 yards before they changed the rules. Before Peyton Manning and Tony Dungy got mauled in the AFC Championship game against the Patriots because Ty Law and those guys beat up Harrison and Wayne. They went and they got the rules changed, and the very next season is when they broke the touchdown record. Ever since that, when they changed that 5-yard rule, is different. And again, I'm not shitting on Allen. Allen's playing really, really, really well. Like, he's playing outstanding. I don't want it to sound like I'm hating on Allen. Yeah. It's not hating on Allen to compare him to one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Yeah. I'm just saying Kelly did it for a career, right? Let's just, I get it. Listen, man, you guys got to know. You guys have to be around enough conversation, because people like, now that, Kelly, is in the distant retired and showing love to the team, and they got a new shiny toy. Everyone wants to talk about how good it is, but the league has changed heavily. So like you guys are being very biased if you're gonna sit there and talk about like, oh, but nobody was. Some people are talking like that. Some people are. Shout out to my girl Caitlin. Caitlin says, "Hey Kevin, how's Justin Fields going to look in a Miami jersey? Did Tua just throw his last pass for Miami or in the NFL?" Whoa, Caitlin, chill out. Chill out, girl. Yeah. In the NFL.
So his last game ever is a 361-yard performance. So I don't know. Like again, he's like 13-5 TD to interceptions. Long way to go. Long way to go. He's not playing great, but like overall, go watch the KC game. Go watch the Arizona game. He's had some good games. You know what I mean? Like, and at Fields, I don't know. Is he going to get past the Jets at 2? That's going to be interesting to see, right? Do the Jets try and run it back with Darnold, or they go, or maybe they grab Zach Wilson's the other name up there?
Hold on a second. We're not gonna go too far away from that. Super guy, shout out to my guy. Super guy says, "Yo, Kelly and Marino couldn't do what guys do today, just like Jordan couldn't do what he did now. If Braun played in the '90s, he'd be MVP every year." I don't like that take.
Yeah,
I don't like that take.
Either, yeah.
If Jim Kelly were
if Dan Marino played right now, he'd throw for 6,000 yards and 50 touchdowns a year because you couldn't defend it. The guys who are putting up the huge numbers this year is a little bit different because some of the guys got old. But let's not forget, for the last 5 years, it's still been Brady and Breeze and these guys that were running the show.
Yep.
If you can't hit a receiver, if you can't chuck him off the line past 5 yards, if you can't bump him, if you can't touch him, and they have no fear going across the middle. In the old days, if you went across the middle, you got crushed.
Yep.
So it was a real thing, alligator arms, right? There were some guys that just would not do it because they were afraid.
Absolutely.
And now there is no fear because if you do get hit, you're gonna get flagged. If you hit the quarterback, you get flagged.
Yep.
One of the best plays in
Game's
football,
changed.
one of the best plays in football now, which is sad, is just lob it up deep because odds are you're either gonna catch it or you're gonna get an interference call. And I hate that.
Yep.
Like
that is facts. That's big facts. By the way, shout out to my guy James Cortez. James Cortez, what's good, my guy? He says, "Yo, Bills beating the Chiefs in the AFC Championship and winning the Super Bowl. Antonio Williams over TJ Yeldon. Facts.
Yeah.
Draft a cornerback. Okay, I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the real question? Pay Milano. Facts. Feliciano. Facts. Dane Jackson is a rookie. He's not going nowhere. We're going to keep him. Don't worry about that for now. Josh Allen will get paid. I promise you that. He will get paid. The question is, how much does he get paid? Draft an offensive tackle. Do we need an offensive tackle or do we need a guard?
Well,
that's where
he means draft a tackle if Williams doesn't resign.
Williams is going to resign. There's no way we let Williams walk.
No, you should. You should resign. He's played really well.
Absolutely. You resign. So that means that shifts over to drafting a guard. Then I'm all in. Mm-hmm. Keeping Darrell Williams, you 100% we're going to keep Darrell Williams. And who will replace Brian Dable? That is a fair question. I've got 2 names on the list right now. And their internal names. It is Ken Dorsey as one of them, and Chad Hall. Now, you're probably saying, Chad Hall, what do you mean? Chad Hall is the receivers coach. He's in there with these guys. He sees the success that they're having. But you probably might be thinking, well, Ken Dorsey clearly is the front runner. But guess what? Brian Dable leaves. Let's just say Brian Dable leaves and he needs an offensive coordinator. Who do you think he's going to poach and say, yo, come with me? He's going to poach Ken Dorsey because him and Ken Dorsey have been like this since the beginning, right? So he's going to pull Ken Dorsey with him and then bye-bye both guys that have been working with Josh Allen. So here, enter in Chad Hall. Now, that's just speculation. I don't know, but we will find out soon enough when the season is over because I guarantee you he will be coveted heavily coveted, and that is a fact. Cool kitties. They changed the rules in 1978 when Mel Blount was killing receivers.
Yes, and they changed it again.
Of
like,
course.
I think it was 2000, whatever the year Peyton Manning went out and scored through 49 touchdowns. That was the first year of the new rules.
Sergio Chavez says 90s were a different era. Let's keep it 100. We call the penalty anytime Josh gets it. Kelly was tough as nails. Allen, Kelly, different eras. Facts.
Yeah.
You can appreciate both guys.
And we don't need to pull Allen down to make Kelly look better. I'm just saying make sure that we don't lose perspective that Kelly was one of the greatest to ever play the game.
Absolutely.
Like it's weird that I'm on here defending, like, you know what I mean? But whatever, like.
So shout out to my guy Ryan Berger that just became a freaking member. And I think you were a member before, but you upgraded. So salute to you, my guy. Rico, been a Buffalo fan for 32 years. This team is special. Going deep into playoffs this year, Buffalo is hungry. Can prove the world wrong. Let's go Bills. Let me tell you something.
what are we talking about here?
Listen,
Why do
people
you
excited,
guys?
Kevin.
No, it's great. I think you guys have a great chance to win, but I think everyone thinks you have a great chance to win. The role of you guys as underdogs, it's over. But you guys are desperate to hold on to this.
But
We need to prove this. We need to prove that. You've got no one but Nick Wright. No one but Nick Wright. Everyone thinks. I think I saw power polls where you're listed like 1 or 2.
But listen,
and the only reason you're listed not up top is because you played the Chiefs, you lost the Chiefs, so it's kind of fair.
Kev, you have to understand.
You're top 3 in everything.
You said earlier that there's always like a little inkling.
That's internal though. That's not external.
Here's the deal. They always move the goalposts on the Bills, right? So Bills are not going to win more than 8-9 games because of the schedule that they have. We fucking go out there and put 13 wins up. Boom. Now we're going into a different ball game. We're going to the playoffs. Well, Bills were bounced out of the playoffs. It's a different ball game. Rah. So they're going. We've now entered new waters, and now the goalposts again will be moved. So get this. Let's just say we move our way into the AFC Championship. We win that game. We go to the Super Bowl. Guess what? The last time the Bills were here, they lost. They lost 4 straight times. We have to overcome that. We're constantly overcoming shit.
God, you guys are such victims. It's not you guys play this up like unbelievable.
It's not that it's the people that put it out.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Am I talking facts?
Well, you're talking.
Give me these.
You're talking to the most biased crowd out here. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is, so next week, you think they'll have the Bills as underdogs at home against the Colts? No, they're going to be like fucking 10-point favorites. Well, not really. They'll probably be like 6, 5.5, which should be.
You think we'll be favored?
Of course, you're going to be favored. Every power ranking out there has got the Bills top 3 now. There was a time when they said you guys needed to prove it, and you did need to prove it because you hadn't done anything in a while, right?
Yep.
You did need to prove it. And you did need to show that Josh Allen, this is the new norm, and this isn't just him having a couple good games.
Yep.
But for the last 8-9 weeks, everyone knows you're one of the best teams in the league
because we've built it to that way. But before that,
I agree.
From weeks 1 to 6, they're like, okay, you won your 4
as you should have,
games.
As you should have.
What you got, and we proved them wrong. But now we're going into the playoffs where
you're going to be favored. You're going to be favored in every matchup you play,
as we
except
should. We've earned it.
I agree, but I'm just saying,
it doesn't take away what the
national the national perception
will be. Can they get out of the first round? That's what it's going to be. Can they get out of the first round?
Man.
It will be. I guarantee.
By who? Nick Wright?
Forget every one of them. Can they get out of the first round? Because the last time they were here, they went against Josh.
Next
Deshaun
week,
Watson.
Next week when they have all the pregame shows, and they have all the little picks at the bottom of the screen, we'll see who they pick.
What do you think? Let's just say there's a panel of 5.
I think it'll be 5 Bills.
Really?
Yes.
I honestly think it'll be.
And if I was on there, it'd be 6.
This is where you'll find out if the national media truly fuck with the Bills, right? Because you'll see Colts, Phillip Rivers, rah. If we're playing the Colts, chances are we're playing them. Can they stop the run? They've had issues stopping the run. They're just gonna make a whole bunch of bullshit, and they're gonna pick 3 Colts.
Okay.
And 2 Bills.
When this doesn't happen,
okay.
You need to mention me in your post game, your pregame. Okay, I need this. Someone's got to screenshot this because if it is more Colts than Bills, someone please tag us in Twitter. Someone give a screenshot of this because there is zero chance any sane person is picking the Colts over the Bills in Buffalo. You guys will be the favorites.
Sam Rivers says Kevin thought that the Dolphins
I never
had a chance
did
to win the AFC East.
No, I never did. I said the entire time we weren't going to win.
You guys were close though, man. You guys had a really good chance.
I had less faith. No, I think Bills fans thought we were closer than we were. I keep saying Miami this year has been blowing.
Brian Bowers is stupid, man.
Miami blows out shitty teams.
Yeah.
And then they play decent teams, okay, and they were winning against a couple of them, but they're not good enough yet to beat the good teams. I never thought we were a challenge for you guys. I thought you guys were going to win every game against us. You guys are significantly better than us because we're just starting. You're year 4 of McDermott. I'm year 2 of Flores, right? I'm not supposed to compete with you guys right now. We were just ahead of schedule. So I never thought we had a chance.
Scott Blakely says, I have to agree with Kevin, except Foxworth and Wright. It ended in the last couple weeks.
Foxworth, he's a bum.
I like Foxworth.
He's a bum. Foxworth's the guy that
terrible the last couple weeks,
last year, Foxworth was the guy that wanted to, that was saying that he was the one that was leading the charge that the NFL needed to launch an investigation on Brian Flores because they were tampering with the draft. Meanwhile, this year, everyone's laughing at the Jets because they didn't successfully tank for Lawrence.
Right. Now, and this is Juan Castillo just said it, because this is what I'm referring to is this. They're gonna this is just one person saying it, but this is what I anticipate that's what's gonna happen. That
you're talking about,
can they prove it in the playoffs?
Are you talking about Willie McGinnis?
Maybe,
is that what you're talking about? Yeah, that's a good point. But Willie McGinnis has never picked Miami, Buffalo, or the Jets, I don't think, to ever win a game. He hates everyone in the AFC. He is so biased. You got to throw people like that out. You got to look at you can pick one or two, right? But there's like 60 of them out there. Yep. And out of 60 of them out there, I'm thinking 50 of them are picking the Bills, right? And rightfully so. You guys need to shed that mentality. You're not the underdogs anymore. You're like the favorites. Well, you and KC. I don't think there's a team in the NFC that can hang with you guys. That whole conference is garbage. I think Miami had a chance to win divisions if they were in the NFC. Yeah, probably. But so whoever is in the AFC Championship game, that's your big game.
Shout out to my girl Natalie Jokic and with Jokic. Probably Jokic. Yeah. Jokic or Jokic, but I'm not sure which one it is. But shout out to my girl Natalie. She says, people still bring up the 4 Super Bowl losses constantly. We are a different team now. They are, you know what? People that bring up the 4 Super Bowls are just lazy and just being a troll.
Probably a Jets fan.
Yeah, just a bunch of idiots. Hey, remember those 4 Super Bowls? Yes, I was a young kid. Yes, it was cool, man. Go fuck yourself, man. Because we about to win that shit right now. And now I want to hear you talk that shit. By the way, super guy, McDermott, Coach of the Year. Kevin, yay or nay?
Probably not.
Why?
I don't know. Again, are you asking me who I would vote for or who I think's going to win?
Who would you vote for?
I would vote for McDermott.
Okay.
Who I think's going to win is Stefanski for Cleveland, because Cleveland was really bad last year. Mm-hmm. They turned it around in 1 year. They won 11 games and they're in the playoffs, and it's the Browns. So the Browns are supposed to be shitty. So it's like this huge deal kind of thing. Yeah. So I think they'll use that narrative. And you guys were like, we know the difference between this year's team and last year's team is staggering. But from the outside eye, it's like, you went 10-6 to 13-3, right? So you were a good team that made the playoffs to a better team that made the playoffs. I just think that the media will glom on to Stefanski. And personally, I'm voting for Brian Flores. But I mean, you took the shittiest team in the league.
Where the fuck did that come from?
Well, I'm biased.
At least you admit it. Well, I'm biased.
Well, I mean, they were the worst team. They were the shittiest team in the league, right? And then they won 10 games. Yeah, like that's and that was a huge turnaround. But I think McDermott deserves it over Stefanski. But I think Stefanski will win just because the narrative's out there.
By the way, can you guys give me the score of the game? Give us the score of the game with the Jags and the Colts. Shout out to my guy Moss. MOS says, I agree with Kevin. There's a part of us that wants to hold on to the pain because it hurts so deep, and we yearn for our moment. That's real talk. I mean, a lot of us are at that point where we're not trying to hold on to that at all. We're trying to move on from that. And this new era, this new team is giving us something to kind of like drop the pain.
2014
and
Colts.
Get into it. 20-14. Oh shit, we got a ball game now. And this team with its successes has allowed us to kind of drop the pain. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we're trying to hold on to the pain per se, or we've been holding on to the pain. We've just been waiting for somebody to come in and make us just kind of like, yo, we done. But like this team has given us all the hope that we possibly need. What are we looking at? Aaron Rodgers, 11 for 13, 170 yards, 3 touchdowns. Oh, he really wants that shit.
First half.
I'm telling you right now,
that's Aaron Rodgers is
extremely on top of his shit right now. He wants that MVP so bad. He saw what Allen did today with 3 touchdown passes in the first half. What is that? First half or
first half?
First half. So he saw what Allen did. He saw it. So now he's trying to get that. So right now, probably that just solidified him as
There's
the MVP.
Bobby, I agree. McDermott should win it over Stefanski. No, I just think the like I said, I agree with your case. Go ahead.
So go ahead. Right now, McDermott came into a team with no quarterback. He had Nate Peterman, with the legs of Nate Peterman. That's my guy. With freaking Tyrod Taylor.
That's 4 years ago.
I know. And this is how they began.
It's not a career award.
He's moved on. They changed the team. He finally had a team that he could put something together last year with the 2 receivers in Cole Beasley and John Brown, and they saw what could happen. And then they revamped it a little bit more, and here we are again. Now this team is at 13-3. Nobody saw the Bills going 13-3. He's got an MVP caliber quarterback with no damn run game, and the defense has improved vastly. And they're hot. The team is hot right now, and they just crushed your season finale. You crushed the number one defense. You have to hand that award to him on a silver platter. Now, Stefanski, great story, but you lost to the Jets. You have two sick athletes.
You guys had a game where you didn't even score a touchdown against the Jets.
We beat them. We didn't lose to them, and we didn't even have to score a touchdown. We beat them by field goals. That's how fancy we like to win. Don't take away our fanciness.
Fancy? You can't. You just not fancy.
We don't need
if you
to
don't
score
score a touchdown
to beat you. Is what I'm
just
saying
saying
to you.
that you went.
Listen, just let us.
If you're Cleveland, right? You went 11-5, and your best player missed most of the year. Actually, both your best players have missed significant time. Myles Garrett and Nick Chubb.
Okay. I thought you were gonna go with receiver OBJ.
Oh, I didn't even think of him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so they're deserving. I'm not saying Stefanski doesn't deserve it. McDermott does deserve it.
I think we're talking with Teddy Bruschi, not
Teddy Bruschi. Yeah. All the old Patriots guys are so. Even Rodney Harrison's so biased all the time.
Listen, Stefanski, Mitch Sunachan says Stefanski was handed the nice toys on a golden platter.
Yeah, but
he walked into that.
Yeah, no,
that's not.
But who are these? Who are these toys? Odell Beckham. Yeah, hurt for half the year.
Okay.
Then Odell Beckham Jr. hurt most of the year, and then Myles Garrett missed a bunch of games. So I don't know, man.
How many games did he really miss? I mean, 2 or 3.
I think he's missed more.
Really? I'm not even sure. But Super Guy says, I wonder what JP and Trent are doing right now.
Probably in a group chat with Tua.
Probably in a group chat with Tua, he says.
Just for you guys.
Just for you guys. Listen, folks, the Colts are winning the game 20-14. There's a possibility the Jags come back and beat down the Colts. They do have the quarterback in Rivers. That's a choke artist. So you just never know. You never know. The Dolphins are still very much alive. They're still very much alive. And Kevin is holding out hope. And if we can play the Dolphins next week again,
hopefully we continue guys to 40.
I want to put up 60.
Yeah.
I want to put up 60, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
I can't believe he gave up that punt return touchdown.
What do you mean can't read it? I mean, it was due. It was due. It just was the wrong. I wouldn't say the wrong player. It was just, Isaiah McKenzie was the guy that did it.
No, it's just all year it was very uncharacteristic. I think your team's much better, as I've said 50 times.
Yeah.
But Miami's been successful this year because their special teams have been so good and because their defense and on offense, they weren't turning the ball over. So you know what I mean?
I'm tired. Says, yo, the Colts are going to win. Knock it off.
Yeah. Colts are
You're probably right.
I'm trying to find out who's playing quarterback for the Jags.
Who is
Mike Glennon?
Is it Glennon? I was going to say Mike Glennon.
He's got 173 yards passing in the first half.
Go get him.
Or no, they're in the third.
Jeremy Barkley says, does Vernon Butler fill the run stuffer one technique role? I don't know where he lines up. I want a fat boy run stuffer in the offseason. He's a little bit of both, man. They got these guys rotating. They even have Ed Oliver playing the one tech. And then over the 3 tech. And then they got Vernon Butler, and they're interchangeable. Quentin Jefferson comes in there as well. So everyone's playing everywhere on that team. You don't have a simple one. This guy's gonna do this thing. Nah, that's not McDermott's type of defense. You will play everywhere. So if somebody goes down, I don't have to worry about. I don't have a one tech. Nah, get in there, bitch. You're gonna do it. You're gonna hold it down, and we're gonna make sure that do your job. Do your job. And if you want to get on the field, that's what you got to do. I mean, AJ Epinesa, for crying out loud, can get in the inside as well. Shout out to AJ Epinesa, though. I'm really looking forward to AJ Epinesa and what he does.
Yeah, I'm going to get on, scroll one down. Winning through turnovers isn't sustainable. It's Tattoo Boy.
Oh, Kitty? Tattoo Kitty?
Wait, is that him?
Where? Winning? Oh, right here.
Is that? Shit. Sorry, guys. I thought that was. I thought that was Mathis.
Oh, Mathis.
Yeah.
Tattoo Boy.
Yeah. But they weren't winning because of turnovers. They were winning because other teams weren't scoring.
Right.
They were winning because it's not like they set an NFL record for turnovers or anything crazy. They're just good at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they were winning because teams weren't able to score. They were also the top third down defense in the league, top 10 in sacks, top 10, and they don't turn the ball over. They were number 1 in turnover differential. So it's not just that they receive all these turnovers. They weren't turning it over. And today, like that Mac Hollins, I mean, the game was over, but 3-yard catch and he just fucking what are you doing?
No doubt.
So bad.
Shout out to my guy Legits.
Oh,
says,
Toronto Raptors.
Oh, he's a Raptor. He's a Canadian. Shout out to my Canadians. What's good? He says, Rico, been going to the game since 1977. God damn. Joe Ferguson days, and also lived through the Super Bowls. The nice thing about this team is our balance. Okay, interesting. We are really good in all phases of the game and have a strong coach. Go Bills. I definitely agree with the fact that this team is there's something great about this team. We're good in all phases of the game, offense, defense, and special teams. But to call us balanced, yes, because the defense is playing up to par. Offense is absolutely unreal, and special teams has been steady and consistent all year. Now, in terms of balance, I do not see any balance on the offensive side of the ball because we simply don't run the ball as well as I think we should. But I think that's my fault. I put a lot of pressure on this team, thinking that we had nearly I don't want to say nearly 1,000 because he wasn't there, but we had 770 yards rushing from Devin Singletary, sharing time with Frank Gore. So you're thinking no more Frank Gore. He's going to take over. It's an easy 1,000.
And he was so good last year.
Absolutely,
he was the best player in your offense last year.
And then you bring in a Utah running back in Zach Moss. You're thinking, man, this is going to be a killer balanced team, but it's not. And to the point where I don't even think that right now, based on what I saw today, and it's a small sample size, but Antonio Williams looked way better than these guys all year. This is Antonio Williams showed us what we have been wanting from Zach Moss all season long. So this is something that they should be discussing right now as we speak. But in terms of what my guy said, there is balance. Special teams, offense, defense, all three are playing top notch. But when we get to the specifics, I don't like
there's my buddy Mathis, Bills guy, said John Brown was best. He was saying, because I said he was your best player. Okay. John Brown was, I guess, the best overall for the season. But at the end of the season, like once Singletary got put in, like he was your best player. Like at the end of the year, they just couldn't tackle him.
The playoffs. Yeah, this guy was money.
Yeah,
Devin Singletary had a key first down reception.
Oh, it's like it's like he was coated in grease.
I don't know what happened.
Every time I watch Singletary, the first time anyone comes, he does not tackle him. It was crazy last year. I thought this guy was going to be like 1,400 yards rushing this year because I thought that he was so good. He was so elusive. He moves at like 1 mile an hour and they just fall off of him. I couldn't even understand it. Like they could not tackle him.
Now,
like it was crazy. And then this year, I don't understand what the difference is really. But
now, folks, Ryan Virgilio says, "Do you think Dorsey steps in for Dable if he goes?" The if he goes is definitely he is going. The opportunity is going to come his way, and he's going to take it. I don't see why not. It's your dream job. You don't just coach as a coordinator your whole career. You want to be able to advance and have your own, right? And he's going to have his grand opportunity to do it now, and he's deserving of it. The question is Dorsey going to step right in? It's if Dorsey says, I want to be a coordinator for this Bills team because I'm used to everybody in this locker room, I'm staying. But there's a very good chance that Dable's like, yo, I'm going to need an offensive coordinator and I trust you. And you know exactly what I want. And we're going to the Chargers. You want to come and coach Herbert? Dorsey's going to be like, shit, let me go with you. Right? Or he might say, yo, I like what we have in Buffalo. I'm trying to stay here for a long time because I'm going to have my opportunity, but maybe I think I should stay with a quarterback that I know so well, that I've been working with for so long. I'm already used to him. Ken Dorsey, chances are he stays.
I see what you're saying, but if that he would want to go with him, but what if the Bills say we'll stay here and be our OC?
And that's what I'm saying. I think he might take that because he's so used to Allen and everybody that's in the locker room. So it'll be interesting. It'll definitely be interesting. Now, I'm only here for a couple more minutes, folks. So if you have any questions, concerns that you want to ask myself or my boy Kevin, this is the opportunity because guess what? I can't take the night off tonight. I got to go to work. I work that night shift. Y'all know what it is. So I got to get that. I got to catch those Z's for a few hours before I go in at midnight. So if you guys have any questions, concerns, let us know. Right now is your opportunity. But recapping what happened today, I think that this was a wonderful cap to the end of the season in going 13-3, sweeping the division, the AFC East. And not only that, we've secured the number 2 seed, which gives us 2 home games. Home field advantage, which was fantastic. The last time we had home field advantage in the playoffs was what? 90? No, was it 99? No. Was it 99 against the?
Did you play against Tennessee?
Yeah, was it Tennessee?
Was it in Buffalo?
I can't remember.
I don't think so, wasn't it? It
I
wasn't in
can't
Tennessee?
remember. I can't
Music
remember.
City Miracle.
Yeah, you know what? I think it was.
Yeah, so it
in
wasn't.
Tennessee.
So it's probably
I
like
think it was
95.
Yeah, I think 95. I can't remember exactly. If you guys know, but all I'm saying is it's been a long time.
Mhm.
So we are able to. We accomplished a lot of things. A lot of things happened this season, man. Josh Allen becomes the passing leader in franchise history. Becomes a TD passing leader in franchise history. Tyler Bass becomes he surpasses Steve Christie for most points. I think he had 144 points. If I'm incorrect, I'm not sure. Corey Bjorquez had a masterful punt today. A masterful punt right on the 1 yard line. And the funny thing is, my man Kevin was talking mad shit. He was like, "Yo, this guy can never punt the ball inside the 10."
It was like right on cue.
Right on cue.
Yeah.
Boom. My guy punts it, bounces right on the 1 yard line, on the half-yard line. What a freaking punt by Corey Bjorquez.
I think he stared at me through the television screen. I felt.
And he gave you one of these.
Yeah, I was like,
so,
yeah.
Yo, shout out to the whole squad, man. There were so many accomplishments this year for this team. It would only end so great if Allen gets the MVP. Probably not gonna happen now with what Rodgers is doing right now as we speak. And Coach of the Year going to Coach McDermott would be amazing. Executive of the Year going to Brandon Beane would be amazing. This team is
I think that
destined.
happens.
I think that happens. Chance it happens. Yeah. I think this and not only that, folks, this coming season has been no fans, and we were still able to have great success. Wait till the fans start coming into this season, into the game. We are having 6,000 fans the next home playoff game, the next week. So the 6,000 of you guys, and you're probably in this chat right now that are going to this game. If you guys are, give me one of them. Give me one of them. The muscles up. And put the biceps up, because y'all need to be loud. 6,700 you guys need to be huge. You need to be loud. And I can't wait to see what's going on, man. So before we get out of here, smash that like real good. And if you got to this point in this video and you're watching this on the playback, Kevin, what should they hashtag? What should they hashtag in once they get to this point to show that they got to the end of the video by watching this? What should they hashtag? Oh,
what should they put?
Yeah.
Shit, why you put me on the spot like that? Huh?
Give them something. It could be random or it could be something that's relevant.
I don't know. Hashtag Allen's Dolphins daddy.
Hashtag Allen's Dolphins daddy, and then hashtag Kevin, right? And then we'll know you got to this point of the video, and then we'll go from there, folks. So listen, 13-3 division champs. You know what I'm saying? If you have not purchased your shirts, folks, we have re-upped. It is at the BF Fan Shop. If you guys have not received your shirt, y'all tripping. Y'all need to hit this up. Buffalo versus everybody. Y'all need to go to buffalogo.com. Buffalogo.com. Get yourself your Buffalo versus everybody shirt with that BF. There's a lot of fakes out there that are trying to sell that shit, but nah, fam. You want the real deal, you got to go right here. Buffalogo.com. Not only that, right? We're going to scroll on down. They're going to scroll on down. We got some new merch. New merch in this bitch. We got the division champs. Go ahead and cop that. Get that quick before it gets sold out again. You got the top right with that hey, get your hey merch in the stores right now. You got the America's Team shirts and a slew of other shirts that are going on. So go ahead and support your boy. Kevin.
Do Canadians get a discount for the A shirt?
You know what, though? I will. You know what? If you guys want a discount, let me tell you right now. Hashtag Rico Report. Y'all can use my discount. Hashtag Rico Report. Go ahead and cop that. And I'm going to probably change it next week. So get that right now. Hashtag Rico Report. And y'all can do that. You know what? This is what I love to see, man. Allen's Dolphins daddy. You get there and you do that right quick for us real quick. So don't forget, guys, there's a lot of things going on right now. Go to the website. We got a whole bunch of articles. Our blog team is killing the game. Support the blog team. Our Instagram is always on fire. Shout out to my guy, Bobby Ray, doing the big things with their IG. And he's our designer, man. All these designs that you see, coming through at the BF Fan Shop, that's my guy, man. Bobby's putting that work, man. We give him the ideas. Our ideas come from fans or wherever the case is, and we put it on together. We put it on paper and we get it rocking. Bobby said he's going to come out next year and meet all the fans and probably do like maybe we can do like a live show with him kind of thing, because wow. He's told me he's really interested in doing that. Wow. He's going to step in front of the camera a little more next year. Yeah, he was talking. Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get together and do like a big panel.
I like it.
He can take the lead.
I like that. I like that. And by the way, guys, shout out to the BF Fan Shop. Get your merchandise there. Don't wait till they're all sold out and you're like, Rico, I don't have any. Get it now. Get it now, people. Hit us up on that Flick chat. Chat with BF. That's where we talk and chop it up about everything there, man. Hit me up. Real Rico _BF. Y'all want to chop it up? Y'all want to see my funnies? Y'all want to see me talk shit? I filmed Kevin a lot today. I was in my glory and he was in misery, but I didn't give a damn. I need to capture all of his hurt. His hurt was captured on camera for you, the viewing people. So, folks, that is our time. I hope you guys enjoyed this show. I hope that we brought a little joy to you. The Bills whooped down the Dolphins 56-26. I feel that was that's a New England score when they try to run it up on you. And I guess we've become the new New England. Let me ask you this before we get out of here, Kevin. Yeah. Is it just going to be the Bills and Dolphins going forward? Is a battle between the two of us all day, every day?
Well, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see like with the New England because they have nothing at quarterback. But I mean, they had like 5 starters opt out. They got a shit ton of cash. And, we'll see. Right now, they're not a good team. They're not a threat. They're not whatever. But it'd be interesting to see what they do for the first time in the offseason with a bunch of salary cap room, right?
How much money you guys got?
Are you talking about them? We're 9th in salary cap space. But I think the Patriots. I think
13 picks.
Oh, I meant the Patriots. I meant the Patriots are like have huge salary cap space.
Like 54,
so it'll be interesting to see if they actually go out and buy some guys or what they do. But until they have a quarterback, like, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just the Bills running solo for the next year. Maybe in 2 years, Miami can challenge.
I think it's going to be a Bills Miami back and forth, and I think it's going to be fun, man. Brian Buck, my guy, Brian Buck, what's going on, my vet? He says, Rico, Kevin, thanks for the great show. Well, listen, man, we appreciate it, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Obviously, I'd love to have my guy Kev here all the time, but scheduling sometimes has to work out. But we were able to make it happen today. I got to see Kevin slowly die inside while the Bills just kept on piling it on.
It was pretty quick. It was pretty quick.
Was it a quick death? It was, but you know what? He's still alive. So we're gonna find out exactly what happens to the fate of the Dolphins because they're in the hands of the Jaguars and Mike Glennon. So we'll find out exactly how
good
that turns out. So folks, that is our time. So if you guys enjoyed this show, smash that like before you get out of here, and click that notification bell so you don't miss a beat whenever we go online. So, Kev, any last words? Let them know where they can find you before you sign out.
Well, just find Rico on his Twitter. He's was gracious enough to tag me in a bunch of misery all day. So if you need to find my Twitter handle, there it is. My phone's down to like 43% from 100 battery life. And I haven't even used it. It's just all the people on the Bills Mafia laughing at me. So good day. Good luck, lads, in the playoffs. I think it looks real good for you guys. I think you're going to demolish whoever you play next week. And, good luck the rest of the way.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. The season was a great one. This is the last post game of the season. We are now going into postseason. This is where we got to suit it and boot business. This is business. We got to take care of business like we've been doing all season long, but we got to bring it into the postseason. So until next time, it's your boy.
And I'm gone.
Oh, ladies